Hello everyone and welcome. In this channel, I'm going to create various sounds on my favorite synthesizers. Today, we're going to create a piano patch, on the beautiful Prophet 10, of course, the Prophet 5 as well. So, let's begin by init patch. We hear only oscillator A, and we hear a sawtooth wave. First thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to add the square wave, and now we have a combination of square and sawtooth. It's too loud, so I will reduce the overall volume. Now I'm going to sync oscillator A to oscillator B. We do not hear oscillator B right now, but later on I can use the frequency of oscillator A to shape the tone. That's why it is synced. Okay, we will continue to the filter. I'm going to use Rev 1 and 2. I will start closing the filter. That's okay for now. We will add a little bit of resonance. Just a little bit, because as you just heard, adding a lot of resonance, reducing the bass. That's okay for now. And we will move to the envelopes. So we will start with the amp envelope. Of course, we want for a piano that when we press the keys, the sound will decay. So, sustain to 0. That means that after the decay stage, the sound will disappear. Decay somewhere between 6 to 7. And we have a decaying sound. We need a little bit of release, so if we release the keys while the decay stage, it will not immediately stop. Okay, that's fine. Let's increase the volume back, because now we have a filter, so it's lower. Okay, we'll move to the filter envelope. We will again reduce the sustain, not to 0, but something like 20%. And of course, we will raise the decay. We want our filter, before the envelope take change, we want our filter to immediately open and then starting to close. Okay, something like that. That's why we did what we did on the envelope of the filter, and now we will add the envelope amount. We'll define how much the filter will be opened when the decaying stage begin. Okay, so if we will add a lot, we hear the effect, but it is too much. Okay, that's cool. Now we will change the filter. No, it's actually pretty good. Okay, now we will use keyboard tracking, and we will put it on half. Why we use keyboard tracking? Because we want, if we didn't have it, the high notes are not bright enough, while the low notes are. So I'm going to use half of keyboard tracking, which means that the high notes will be, the cutoff point will be higher in the high notes, and gradually it will be lower on the low notes. Now it sounds better than before. Not perfect, of course. And now we're going to add velocity, both to the filter and the amp. I'm missing a release on the filter envelope. And we're starting to get there. Okay, now I want to start and change the tone, because we're not having a piano tone yet. So the first thing that I'm going to do is change the pulse width of oscillator A. It's on 50%, but let's lower it a little bit. We are hearing that we have a tonal change. Let's keep it like this for now. And we will change oscillator A. We will change the frequency, but because it's synced to oscillator 2, then the actual pitch will not change, only the tone itself. So I moved it 7 semitones higher than before. And this is the result. And I'm looking for more options to change the tone, and I will use the polymode section. Let's just shut the LFO buttons because we will use it only later. And on the polymode section is actually, I can change the frequency or the pulse width of oscillator A or the filter using oscillator B for a modulator, or the filter envelope for a modulator. So I will want to change the frequency of oscillator A, and I will add a little bit of filter envelope amount. We can hear that we have tonal change results. Of course, it's too much. We will also use oscillator B as a modulator. Oh yeah, we need to choose oscillator B because otherwise it will not take effect. So now we have a square wave on oscillator B that is modulating the frequency of oscillator 1. And now you can hear that we have a pretty good result. If I will eliminate the polymode section, not so much, but now it is a really great way to shape the sound. Okay, so I can also change the pulse width of oscillator B, but I will increase it a little bit just because I want to thicken the sound a little bit. Yeah, and the pulse width can be 50%, just as now. It's good enough. Okay, something about the piano. It has a natural distortion because all the things that are going inside, all the sounds are vibrating and colliding each other. And I thought about a way to add distortion to the sound. Of course, we do not have a drive on this synthesizer. But what is distortion? It's actually vibrating high frequencies and also some emphasis to the low frequencies. So I don't think we have to emphasize the low frequencies for this sound. But yeah, we will try to play with high frequencies to add something like distortion. I'm going to use the LFO for this. For now, I'm using a triangle wave. And I will control the frequency of oscillator A. You can hear that we have, let's say, a frequency change or something. If we faster the LFO, it adds something. Maybe you can use it for distortion. I'm adding also the square wave and the sawtooth wave. And this is too much. But if I lower the amount, okay, let's hear it without the changes that we just did. And without. Actually, I'm not hearing the effect enough. So it adds something. I don't know if I don't hear it now because the speakers are pretty low, but I heard it before and it adds a lot to the sound. Okay, let's play with the piano a little bit. Hear this note. And without the distortion that we did, it's cleaner without. I like it this way. The last thing that I will tell you is that for the lower notes, they can sound more realistic if I open the filter a little bit and close the envelope amount a little bit. But then the higher notes are too bright. So I found a place that both sounds pretty good. Okay. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel if you want to see me next time creating another sound. Thanks and bye bye.